Hello everybody and welcome back to Cooking with Johnny B. Today's video is going to be all about grilling seafood in one of my favorite appliances, the Ninja Foodi Grill. I'm going to teach you how to do basics on salmon, sea scallops, and shrimp. All three of these together on the Ninja Foodi Grill come out perfectly, and I can't wait to share with you how I do it. So let's talk about everything you're going to need for today's adventure. You're going to need some shrimp. These are jumbo shrimp. This is 1 pound of jumbo shrimp that are deveined and uncooked. These are some nice large sea scallops. We're going to do 4 of them today. And some nice salmon fillets. So each one of these recipes is super easy to use on the grill. And I'm going to show you a step-by-step method on how to make these turn out perfect. There's a few other things that we're going to need today when we're doing this grilling exercise. One of them is a temperature thermometer. I happen to like these digital thermometers. They work really quickly, and I'll show you how I use it when I get to that part of the video. But you're going to need something to check the internal temperature. This is really important, especially for the scallops and the salmon, because you don't want to overcook them because they'll get really rubbery and tough. Another thing we need are some spices. So today is going to be pretty basic. We're going to be using a lot of salt and pepper and a little bit of Old Bay seasoning. So we don't need to overspice these particular seafood items because they are already flavorful and kind of semi-sweet. So we don't want to ruin that with a lot of extra spices or marinades. However, if you decide that you want to put some kind of a glaze or something else on there to flavor it up, a little heat with some cayenne pepper, whatnot, feel free to do that. But what I'm going to be doing when I finish each one of these is coat them in some really nice melted butter. That gives them an awesome flavor, kind of like what you would get when you dip lobster in that clarified butter. So we have our Ninja Foodi Grill plugged in. So the first step that we need to make for doing our grilled salmon is we need to turn the power on. Then we need to hit the grill button. So according to the grill charts that come with the Ninja Foodi Grill, this needs to be set for maximum. So let's start and preheat the Ninja Foodi. Now, once it gets to temperature, we're going to be putting them in, and you don't have to turn them. That's the beauty of this particular grill. Now that the Ninja Foodi is preheating, let's prepare the salmon and get it ready to go onto the grill. So the first thing we want to do is we want to make sure that these are nice and dry. So let's pat these dry with a paper towel and make sure that they can be void of all of that extra moisture that they have when they're in that package. Now let's put some salt and pepper on them. Just a little bit of salt on the top and a little bit of pepper. You don't really have to go overboard because this fish is really tasty. It's got a nice fatty texture to it, so it won't be dry. And let's just put a little pinch of Old Bay seasoning on it. Now, Old Bay seasoning is mostly celery salt. That's all we need to do, and now we're ready for these to go on the grill once it comes up to temperature. As you can see, it's come up to the right temperature, and it says add food. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up the Foodi Grill, and we're going to put a little bit of vegetable, this is avocado oil spray, on the grill. You don't need to put too much on there. And we place these directly onto the grill. You're going to hear it sizzle. We close this back down. So it's set for 10 minutes, but we're only going to need somewhere between 7 and 9 minutes at best to cook these salmon fillets. So once we get to about 7 minutes, we will take the temperature probe and make sure it doesn't go above 145 degrees. All right, so you can tell it's been a little bit of time here. I'm going to give a quick look because I peeked in for just a second And these look just about done. So I'm going to do a quick temperature read and see if these are ready. 148. Okay, these are absolute perfection, as you can tell. So we're going to take them out and put them on the plate. And then we'll be ready to do our scallops next. So we're going to cancel this. We're going to hit power, grill, max, start. And once it's preheated again, we will put the scallops on. So let's prepare these sea scallops with a little bit of salt and pepper. That's all these are going to need. Put a little bit of salt on there, a little bit of pepper, and they're ready to go. And as you can tell from the sound, the foodie is ready. After about 2.5 minutes in the foodie, we will turn them over, and then there'll be about another 2 minutes to go. Okay, so it's been 2 minutes. So now we're going to just gently turn these over. Look at those nice little grill marks on there. And these have got about 2 minutes to go. Look at that. Wow. That looks delicious. All right, so let's check the temperature. It's a little bit early, but let's check because we don't want to overcook these. These are just perfect. Let's take these out. Wow, I can't wait to taste these. The last thing we have to do, we're going to turn it off, turn it back on again. We're going to grill it on high, on max, and we hit start. And once it's come up to temperature, we're going to be doing the shrimp, and that's the last one for today. So now we're going to season the shrimp. Like the scallops, we're just going to give them some salt and pepper and just a dash of Old Bay seasoning. All right, as you can see, the foodie's come up to temperature again. So we're going to add the shrimp. Now, this time, we're going to have to really watch these carefully because these will be fully cooked in less than 3 minutes. So let's put them in, give them a few minutes, we'll turn them over, and then they'll be ready to go. All right, that looks pretty good. All right, these are looking pretty darn good. So we're just going to take these out. And then my favorite part is coming up. It's time to taste. You can tell this really doesn't take much time at all. Once you put them on this really hot grill, give them a minute or two to go on one side, you flip them over on the other, and they are finished. All right, everybody, now it's my favorite time of the video. It's time to taste. So we're going to first start off by tasting the salmon. So hopefully you'll be able to get a good shot of how this looks. I'm going to move this one over here so we can just show you the inside of this one. This is just so tender and flaky and juicy. I don't know if you can see this, but that is done to perfection. Let's have a taste. I love salmon. This came out absolutely perfect. But I will say you do have to watch this because since there were only 2 salmon fillets in the foodie, it was able to cook a little bit faster. So you got to keep an eye on it. So if you have more fillets in there, it'll take a little bit longer. Fewer fillets take a little bit less. So this actually cooked for just about 6 minutes, and it's absolutely done to perfection. So now let's try sea scallop. Now, I like these dipped in a little bit of butter. Let's see what this tastes like. Mmm, that is so sweet. I love scallops. They remind me of my college days. I'm gonna have another bite. These are just perfect. Now, once again, you just have to keep an eye on these with the temperature probe, because I only put 4 in there. And when you have a fewer number of items in a grill, it actually takes them less time to cook. Mm. Oh, wow. I got to eat that whole thing. That's just awesome. Mm. All right. Now for the final taste. Look at these shrimp. Wow. I'll use a fork so that I won't look so uncivilized. Dip it in some butter. Mm. Wow. That's a sign of a happy face right there. Perfect. And as you can tell, we did all 3 of these items in a really quick manner. So if you wanted to serve all of these at one meal, it would be pretty simple to do. So I'm going to have another one just in case. Got to make sure it's really good. I'm going to use my fingers this time. That's divine. It's a big bite. Those are some big shrimp. Well, there you have it. 3 really nice fish recipes that we made on the Ninja Foodi Grill. They all came out to perfection, and I think you're really going to enjoy these. So I can't wait for you to try this at your home. Please send me a comment. Let me know how they turn out. And as always, I really appreciate it if you'd subscribe to the channel. It really helps out a lot. Giving a positive thumbs up helps it to be spread to more people throughout YouTube. And if you could share it with a friend, that would be pretty cool too. So that's it for another issue of Cooking with Johnny B. I hope you had a good time. I know I certainly did. And as I always say, I'll catch you on the next one.